That's me. There we go.
Nice. First fish at Knight Inlet. That's probably my biggest landed chinook too.
He's coming at you, he's coming at you, he's coming at you.
Jeez, these fish are gorgeous.
Yeah, very nice.
Oh my gosh, these fish are so big.
Nice.
I don't really want to say much because it's heavy and I'm not very strong. So get your shots that you need. No, it's wow, a nice piece of fish here.
It's a pretty good piece of business.
Yeah. On the money. Nice.
Okay, you know what?
Now it's time to suit up because we're going to take our pictures.
Suit up.
Rod. I've been waiting for this the entire trip. When we first got here, we were greeted with these suits, and Jill and I we've worn them the whole time. We've been waiting for you.
You can fit two Rodney. Like mine's way too big.
Oh, Rod is his is like an extra large.
There. How am I supposed to put this on? Like on top of this?
Yes. Zip it up. But your legs are a little short.
Yeah, a little bit.
So now we're back in the lodge. This is kind of the main dining room / kitchen area, and Wendy has started to prepare a wonderful brunch for us. We have some fried eggs, potato pancakes at the back, and I don't know if there's anything else she's not telling me of.
Yeah, there is.
Well, I want to know what that is.
That is a hot Italian and ground beef sausage patty with Monterey Jack cheese. On top, and there will be bacon and there will be fried onions.
Oh, we are so spoiled here. I've never had a breakfast so complex, fancy, the taste, it's to die for.
Well, after a pretty good morning fishing session, we decided to take it easy this afternoon, just going out for a relaxing cruise. Our guy Steve has taken us to one of the local beaches, and there's actually an abandoned village in the background. So we're just looking at some of the historic artifacts on the ground, also shells and trading beads, and yeah, it's been a really fantastic trip. We've done some fishing, seen lots of wildlife such as whales and sea lions and dolphins and porpoises, and now we're getting the historic cultural aspects of the area.
beach here is gorgeous. And what is the name of this place?
Carlaquis.
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 And it sounds like a First Nations name.
Part of the Kakwakiwak First Nations.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It's an ancient village. It's been here for thousands of years, and it was a seasonal village. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Beautiful. One of the first things I noticed when we docked the boat is that this beach is covered in shells, particularly clam shells. Why is that?
It was a shucking beach. One of their main sustenances in the area was clams.
Okay.
Easy to harvest, easy to gather, easy to shuck. And so this, what you're looking at, is thousands and thousands of years of clamshells.
And what I'm also noticing, I'll pick some up for the camera,
Yep.
is within within all of the shells, there's bits of glass weaved in. And I mean, I shouldn't even say bits, that's an understatement.
English porcelain.
Porcelain is everywhere.
European porcelain.
And how did this come apart?
That got there because the dishes after potlatch parties were just disposed of and thrown on the beach. Or if something broke, this doesn't sound good, but technically was just their garbage dump. So everything went back to the ocean and the beach. So after their potlatches, the porcelain plates and whatnot were just thrown onto the beach and smashed. And then all the glass is beverage containers from the 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Very unique experience. I've never seen any place like it. We've actually had a lot of fun just going up and down the beach and looking at all the glass, and then we kind of poked our heads in at some of the old houses in the back. And then after we're done here, I still want a few more minutes. We're actually going to go across back to Beware Passage and check our crab traps. Hopefully there's some crabs awaiting
Let's
us.
hope so.
We got one, two. One keeper for sure.
One keeper for sure.
Oh, a couple actually. Three. Two? At least two.
That's a male, but I don't know if it's
Too small.
too small.
Yeah.
Nice hard
It was
male,
6 inches.
but too small. It's six and a quarter.
Or 6 1/4, yeah.
And you know what? We're doing fine on crabbing. So you want to take this back leg and pinch it and make sure he hasn't just molted.
Yeah, it's
But
hard.
I can tell you it's hard by the color.
The color.
See,
It's darker.
Deep purple. Yeah. Yeah, those are beautiful keeper crab.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Let me see. You see a lot? Whoa! That we hit the jackpot. We hit the jackpot. That's a lot. Look at this one. We hit the mother load.
Yes.
To this.
That's like an 8-inch.
Oh, those are good, yeah. I just gotta see if they're good or not. Is that a red rock?
Hanging at an angle there. Yeah, that looks really good.
So this one's too small.
I find thumb underneath works better.
Thumb underneath. Ready? Yep. We got a handful of very nice legal crabs. And now we're going back to the dock. It's not quite 8 o'clock, which is dinner, but we're going to have some fun trying to jig for some of the rockfish and perch that are underneath.
Fun never ends.
Great day. Another stunning day out here on the water. No complaints.
Yeah. 5 species so far. We got the China perch, black rockfish, yellowtail rockfish, greenling, and Ingersoll. And we've actually seen some much bigger flounders on the bottom that we're trying to get as well. It's getting pretty exciting. And all we're doing is actually just dropping down a little Gibbs minnow jig, and they love it. There it is.
Oh, Rod, good job. Oh no, there he is. He's on the surface.
Oh, it's great. I go over my head to this side, Rod, and I'll come over here.
Sounds good?
I'm gonna go ahead and go here so
Yes,
that was great.
I didn't have time to yell or anything, just...
Got a little net issue.
Alright.
Not quite. Wait, not quite. Next one.
I see. Ready?
I am, but he's not.
Okay. Oh!
Come on, turn. There we go. Over my head. Yeah, there.
Hey!
Nicely done.
Good morning, Sat. Around 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
Awesome. Right. Well, I turned around. I was facing this way, and I guess corner of my eye, the rod started going. I wasn't too sure, so I turned this way and keep watching it. None of you guys are watching it, and I just went and set the hook. I didn't even say fish on anything. Yeah.
What were we watching?
We're looking at the humpback. So there's a humpback behind us. So we were all pretty we're focusing on that, and yeah. Well, it's good. That's the earliest hookup we've had during this entire trip. So nice fish, roughly around in the mid-teens.
And it's funny, like lane 1, lane 2, lane 3, like fish everywhere. Oh, that's a nice fish. And if you take one step to your left, and then I'll net him on this side of the downrigger. Oh! Next. Ready?
Yeah.
to the right of the downrigger here? Right there he is. You spend so long hooking them, you might as well spend some good time fighting them, eh? Take them left. Take them left. Yeah, and then back.
I can't go any higher. Ready?
Okay. Nice. A little bit bigger. Good job. Now you're awake finally.
I know, hey? It's like a purpley pink sheen. Second fish at Knight Inlet for myself. This fish, it actually hit the bait pretty hard, and when I ran over, it just felt super heavy, so I reeled down and lifted up, and it still felt really heavy, so I reeled more, lifted up, it still felt heavy, and then on my third time reeling, I didn't realize that it was already off the clip and the fish was running. But no, we brought it in, and a little scrappy guy. Yeah. Very happy.
Well, we're at the end of our 4-day stay at Coastal Springs Float Lodge. Unfortunately, yeah, it's been a pretty fantastic stay, hasn't it?
It's been a wonderful stay, and I know that we both say this every single episode that we make, but each of these trips that we get to do throughout the year, they each are so unique and special and have their highlights.
Definitely. I mean, this is another special part of British Columbia that we've never been before.
No.
And we finally got to see it. And yeah, wow, what a place.
What a neat experience. When we first got here via float plane, we both have never been to a floating lodge before, and we didn't know what to expect. This lodge, surprisingly, is over 40 years old, and man, is it well maintained.
Yeah, I mean, as soon as you walk inside, it looks brand new, but it still has that old, charming characteristics to it, right? I mean, everything is very authentic, very. Everything has its own story behind it, and it was so fascinating to find out about the history of this place and where it has been and the people who have worked here before.
But when we were coming in on the float plane, seeing the island from a different perspective, I thought, man, there's so much that I have never been to, so many untouched areas, and this place truly is untouched, and I love how they've kept it that way.
Yeah. I was just glad that it took an hour for us to get here.
That was nice.
The fastest traveling time to a fishing spot we've ever been. It's such a treat.
We weren't even tired too. Yeah. Normally by the time that when we're traveling to places, by the time we get there, we're so exhausted to fish. Yeah. And we don't really want to, but this time we flew in and we were totally ready to go for that first evening fish here at the lodge. Absolutely,
yeah. And besides being in such a nice location at Knight Inlet, such a beautiful place, this lodge only caters to a small group at every time. It's up to 8 guests at a time, so it's a very intimate atmosphere and makes you feel like at home. Well, if you need more information on Coastal Springs Float Lodge, I'm going to leave a website on the very bottom for you to see, and the season runs in July and August right now, but I think they're going to extend it from the end of May until the end of August at some point. We're just kind of sitting under the sun and waiting for the float plane to arrive to take us back to Vancouver, right?
We're waiting.
And doing a bit of fishing. Yeah. So until next time.
Good luck fishing.